In the name of Allah, who is the Lord and the sustainer of the whole universe. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Yesterday we talked about noun and its various categories. In today's session, we will talk about ways of forming feminine gender and formation of plural nouns. Before going to discuss these two topics, I'm going to tell you the objectives of our today's session. After watching today's e-lesson carefully, you will understand ways to form feminine gender. You will also be able to form plurals of singular nouns. So let's talk about ways of forming the feminine gender. Dear students, you can form feminine gender of a masculine gender by using an entirely different word. For example, boy is a masculine gender and girl is a feminine one: father, mother, king, queen, son, or daughter, etc. You can also add various suffixes or syllables at the end of a masculine gender in order to make it a feminine one. For example, host, hostess, count, countess, phenomenon, phenomena, hero, heroine, executor, executrix, czar, czarina, etc. You can also add suffix ex while dropping the second last letter or vowel of the masculine gender. For example, actor, actress, tiger, tigress, hunter, huntress. You can also using a word before or after the masculine gender. For example, grandfather, so it will become grandmother. Milkman, milkmaid. Manservant, it will become maidservant, etc. Now we will talk about number. If we categorize noun as per number, so we are having two categories. The first one is countable, the second one is uncountable. Now, that word or noun that denote one person or thing is actually singular. But that noun which denote one or more persons or things is actually plural. For example, tree denotes one thing, while tree is more than one. Now we can make plurals from singular by using various rules. The first one is the most common one, that we can add is in order to form plural out of a singular one. For example, boy, so we can add is to make it plural, boys. Girl, girls. Book, books, etc. While those nouns which end with is, sh, ch, or x, we can add es with such type of noun in order to make it plural. For example, class, classes, dish, dishes, brush, brushes, etc. Dear students, those nouns which end with o, you can add es in order to make it plural. For example, buffalo ends with o, you can add es, so it will become plural, buffaloes. Mango, mangoes. Hero, heroes, etc. While you need to keep one thing in mind, that those some of the nouns, these are, we may say, exceptions. There's some of the nouns which end with o. These are specifically abbreviation or less common words. We can't add es with such type of abbreviation or less common words. We can make its plural by adding is. For example, dynamo, dynamos, solo, solos, ratio, ratios, canto, cantos, etc. Now those nouns which end with y, you can change the last one y into I, and you are supposed to add es in order to make it plural. For example, baby, so the last one letter y will be converted into I, and you are supposed to add es in order to make it plural, babies. Lady, ladies. City, cities, etc. Some of the nouns which ends with if or fe, you can make its plural by changing if or fe into we, and add es in order to make it plural. For example, thief is a word which ends with if. You can convert the last one letter if into we, and you are supposed to add es in order to make it plural. Thieves. Wife, wives. Wolf, wolves. Life, lives, etc. But we are having some exceptions. You need to keep in mind that some of the nouns which are often less common or exceptionary, you add only is in order to make it plural. For example, chief, chiefs, dwarf, dwarfs, hoof, hoofs, roof, roofs, etc. Some of the nouns form their plurals by changing inside vowel of the singular. Some of the nouns, if we want to make its plural, so we can't add is or is, so we need to change its internal vowels. For example, man, so it will become plural if we change its internal vowel, men. Woman, woman. Foot, feet. Tooth, teeth. Goose, geese, etc. There are few nouns that form their plurals by adding e into the singular noun. For example, ox, we can add e in order to make it plural. Oxen. Child, children. Some nouns have the singular and the plural alike. You need to keep one thing in mind, that we are having some nouns where the plural and singular forms are the same. For example, swine, sheep, deer, cod, trout, etc. Pairs, dozen, score, grass, 100, 1,000. These are words we can make its plural. But once these words comes with numerals, or you may say after numerals, so we can't use its plural form then. I bought 3 dozen oranges. Numerals are there, so we are not supposed to say I bought 3 dozens. Dozens will be wrong because already numerals are there. Some people reach the age of 70, etc. Some nouns are used only in the plural forms. If we use it in singular, so it changes its meaning. For example, names of some instruments like bellows, scissors, tongue, spencer, spectacles, etc. While some of the articles of dresses as well uses only its plural forms, likewise trousers, dryers, breeches, etc. Some of the diseases, measles, mumps, only use its plural form. Okay, so let's talk about compound noun. We can make plural of a compound noun as well once we add is into the principal word of the compound noun. For example, commander-in-chief. So commander-in-chief is a compound noun, and the principal word in this noun is commander, so we can add is with the principal word. Commanders-in-chief. Coat of mail, coats of mail. Son-in-law, sons-in-law. Daughter-in-law, daughters-in-law. Stepson, stepsons. Dear students, today we talked about these two topics: formation of feminine gender and formation of plural nouns. Hope you understood. That's enough for today. Thank you and have a good night.